Welcome to the next edition of Missing the Point. I am Hollywood Rayshawn Buchanan with my guys, the MVP Bob Kelly and Money Mike Marcangelo. Fellas, how we doing tonight?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Pretty good, man.
Chilling. I'm like, with the 30-second delay. I'm like, okay. I love it. So, no, hey, listen, it's that time of the year. Obviously, we just came off the Midsummer Classic All-Star game. Like I said, we're not going to get into baseball tonight, but quick shout out to Jarenn Duran for winning All-Star game.
MVP.
That was a bomb into the Arlington night. So, I think
Ohtani's was more of a bomb, but
yeah, for sure. But I was just like, I'm glad that he had his chance to shine. So once again, kudos to him. I'm looking forward to the second half of the year. Once again, look back to the show that Bobby and I did last week that talked about what we predict for the second half of the season with the Red Sox. But this is all things football. So we're gonna lead off with some Patriots. We're gonna get into who we think are going to be the worst teams of the year. Once again, we're going to get into some power rankings later on. Not today, but we're going to get into that as the month progresses. So look out for that. So yeah, let's get right into it. So Brandon Aiyuk requested a trade from San Francisco. Kind of seemed inevitable at this moment because I felt like he had been looking for a new deal. They may be going in a different direction. Wide receivers seem to be a dime a dozen at this moment. So, Mike, I'll start with you, but just what are your thoughts on that? And just obviously, what would you be willing to give to bring Aiyuk here to New England?
Yeah, so I mean, I just love that when you say receivers are a dime a dozen, and literally the Patriots don't have any. Right. So that's great. Although I think Polk could be someone that has a standout year, but nobody knows that yet. Listen, this is eerily similar to what the 49ers did with Debo a couple of years ago, right? Was that the 2018 or 2019 season? 2019 season, right? That he requested a trade
that year, though.
Yeah. All right. So there was a 2021 season that he requested a trade, and he's still there. Right. So I think that there's a real chance that Aiyuk's going to stay with the 49ers. What would I give up for him? I would give up one of our top receiver picks, a 2026 first round pick. Could not next year because we're going to be terrible again. And I want a top 5 pick again. And I do a second. I mean, why not? If you have Drake May throwing to Brandon Aiyuk, instantly your offense is better. It's the best that it's been since Brady was here. And now the thing would just be to get him to sign. Now I don't know if I would want to commit, $75 million guaranteed to him. But if they were going to do it for Calvin Ridley, why not do it for Brandon Aiyuk?
Yeah, Bobby.
Yeah, I mean, if the Pats got Brandon Aiyuk, that would be pretty nice for them. It'd be after just getting the rookies. It'd be the best wide receiver the Pats have had in probably since Moss.
No, Edelman.
No.
I mean, I wouldn't be a slot guy. I don't think, anyways.
That's what I mean. He's that outside guy.
Yeah.
The thing with him on the Niners is he's the only guy on that team that can actually win an outside route. So I just think he's more important than what they're giving him credit for. So I don't blame him for asking for more money.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they just have Debo. It's not like Debo is like a guy that you could put on the outside and be like, go get open.
That offense has McCaffrey, Kittle, Debo, and Aiyuk. Out of those four, I would say Aiyuk is the odd man out.
We'll see. I think he's more. I think he's more important than they give him credit for. To be honest.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think as far as names go, Mike, he's 4 on that list for names. But like I said, he adds a lot to what they do out there
because he can run every route. You know what I mean? You can go out there and get open no matter what.
Yeah. And I mean, but also too, he's good. He's getting 17, 18 yards, per catch. So it's like once again, that is insanely better than what obviously we have been seeing here in recent years. So I'm with you. Like I said, to me, I would give a second, maybe 2 seconds if possible.
They're asking for at least a first and more.
Yeah, so I'm saying I would give 2 seconds. If you want the first, like I said, in 2026 or whatever, cool. I'm fine with that. I just think, once again,
would you do it for a 25 first?
No, because we're
No,
going to be
only because they're probably still going to be in the top 10 unless like something magical happens, which it kind of seems like there's another resurgence happening here, sports wise. So hopefully that's the case. We'll see. But if they end up going, top 5, top 10, then that's the goal.
It's probably what it's going to take. I don't know if they do it for a 25.
Yeah, once again, meaning San Francisco, like they have to do the best that they can to get a good return. So if that's what they want to do, that's fine. Would y'all put Matthew Judon in the deal since he's on his year on his way out apparently? Would y'all do that with him? Or
I mean, you probably have to, right? In order to have enough reserves to sign Aiyuk to what he's going to be wanting. And I mean, I think Judon's only on the books for is it $8 million or is it $6 million this year? But he's going to want more, obviously, and he should get more. Just based on his stats, we can argue that the majority of his stats happen in the first half of the year. But the 49ers need someone like Judon. Like they took a chance and traded for Chase Young last year, and he's not re-signing. So now you're going to have somebody fill that slot. So I think for a Judon 2026 first round pick and a second, how could they say no to that? Because we're still going to be. Let's just say that we're better this year. We're better next year. It will probably still be a top 15 overall pick in 2026.
Right. Which, well, if it's top 15, I mean that means they either either they were close to the playoffs or they
be a blockbuster though. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I mean it would be, but it's just like at the same time, it's like you have at some point if you're looking to invest in Jay Mason. Once again, this is not about Jacoby Brissett. Like we know that he's a bridge guy. You know where he is at this moment. Like this is he's in that Tyrod Taylor, category. Fine, whatever.
No, he's better than Tyrod Taylor.
Well, he's better, but I'm saying like I'm saying like far as like being a bridge, like he's in that mode. So you're not looking for him to be a 2 or 3 year.
Oh, so you're saying this year? What we're looking at this point? Yeah.
Yeah, I just my thing is I feel like by week 7 or week 8. This should be the Drake May show. Like, what are we doing? Like, if he shows what he needs to show.
You don't want Jacoby rocking it out for you guys?
Absolutely not.
I do.
At this moment, anyways. Listen, we like the fact that, and you know this because you was on the shows with us, and Mike enjoyed my pain all year. We're talking every Monday about the Patriots. I was done after week 4. Like after week 4, I was like, when Dallas smoked us in Dallas, I was like, all right, see this fucking over. I was full tank mode. Like I was like, whatever we can get. But it was about this year. Like I'm not trying to tank for 3 or 4 years like that. I'm not on board with that. Let me be clear right now. So in July, we're taping it. I'm not on board with a 3-4 year tank. Once again, yeah, it may be a 3-4 year rebuild, but to me, you could win 8 or 9 games. I'm fine with that. I am not okay with constant 4 and 12, 4 and 13 seasons. I'm going to be with that. I'm not okay with that. Hell no.
Just riddle me this, fellas. Who was the last great quarterback that didn't sit his first year?
Herbert? No, I guess Herbert. Well, Herbert played 4 or 5 games in.
Well, no, you said great. So I don't put him in great category, even though you was right on that pick about him being really, really good eventually.
Mahomes.
We got to go back to when we were kids. It's probably Peyton. Yeah, it's probably Peyton. Yeah,
Mahomes sat. You think about Herbert would have sat if they didn't almost kill Tyrod Taylor.
If they didn't almost kill Taylor.
Right.
Did Burrow sit? No, he played, but he tore his ACL.
Yeah,
4 weeks in. So this whole notion that you can't develop a quarterback unless you play them, I disagree. True. If you just go with the last 10 years of rookie quarterbacks that all had great promise, 3 of them have hit, 4 of them have hit, and they all start them all the year one, and it's a fucking train wreck because they have to learn the system. A lot of these kids haven't actually called a play in the huddle in college, so you have to learn all that shit. And I don't understand why you pay Jacoby Brissett $9 or $8.5 million guaranteed if he's not going to play the full season. You've committed to this. If you wanted a quarterback controversy and at least to free up some cash, I've said this to Ray before, Bobby. But then you go sign Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson would have cost you $1.5 million. You would have saved $7 million and got a better athlete. So no, do not let Drake play. Don't do it. It doesn't make any sense.
Give me your thoughts about it. I disagree, but I'll get into that. But go ahead.
I mean, I agree. I think you roll with Jacoby at least until you're out of the playoff hunt. If the tank is on,
right, that's okay. That's right.
The tank is on.
Right. So okay. So
then Drake May is playing. You know what I mean?
It also depends. Before you go, it depends. If we look at the first 8 weeks of the season and Jacoby Brissett is getting absolutely fucking killed because we don't have a left tackle, don't put Drake May out there.
Yeah, keep him in. Keep Jacoby in. Right. Yeah, I'd rather him give him right. That's
I didn't say that. No.
Hey, listen, we all agree there, but it's okay. It's fine. I'll take the slander. Once again, because I said on an early show last year, I said, look at this guy in North Carolina. He's the guy. And someone in the comments was like, oh, he doesn't have, I'm like, I'm telling you, if he's there, you take him. And so I felt good about him from last, early last year, it's and out. So I want to see him play. I'm biased. I'm like, listen, get him out there. Because once again, it's going to be very hard if he has a really good camp. And I get it. Camp is not what it used to be because you can't, you can't be as physical. Obviously, you can't even be as physical in real games. So yeah, maybe he has to be a shotgun a little bit. Maybe he has to be, under center. But to me, if he kills it during the preseason, it's going to be very hard not to, get him out there. I would bang the drum every week until he's out there. If that's the case, like if he has a good preseason, like I would bang the drum every week. I would.
It's not worth it though. It's not worth it. Like, don't risk it. And don't be fooled by what you're about to see in preseason because physically he is head and shoulders above Jacoby. He has better arm strength. He's faster. Mm-hmm. I don't think his decision-making abilities are going to be better because he's not a pro yet. But in camp, everyone, get ready. You're going to see all the pundits, all the beat writers say, "Oh, this his arm strength, his mobility." They're going to have a really hard time keeping him off the field. Just do it. Keep him off the field.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. But like I said, I just think to me, if like I said, it goes back to what we just spoke about earlier, but you only go get a Brandon Aiyuk type receiver if you're looking to fast track his success, right?
Yes.
We look at what happened. We look at what happened with Josh Allen. We look at what happened with, obviously getting CeeDee Lamb for your guy and Dallas. Like when you get that receiver, and once again,
is he on that level? Is he on that level? He's close, I guess. He's close.
No, he's not better than CD or he's not up there. But I'm saying but when you get a guy that can be like he was an excellent number 2, obviously in San Fran. He by default he'd be the number 1 here, just because of his talent. But I'm just saying when you get a guy, like I said, that's why they went after Ridley. That's why they were trying to bolster that position through the draft as well. You're looking to maximize Drake May's rookie deal. So if you bring that guy in and you got to pay him $23 to $25 million, which is what you would pay, well, they were looking to pay Ridley, but you got priced out. It's worth at least a phone call, is what I'm saying. But once again, if you're not looking to invest in Drake May year 1 and just say, hey, it's going to be Jacoby and we're going to ride with him regardless of what the record is, then so be it. But I don't know. To me, I'm about the reps, and I think that, and I know because we haven't seen it as often, like you said, the last couple of years or last 10 years, I'd be okay with seeing him out there. But that's just because I felt that he was going to land here if we were bad enough, and I just want to see him, get out there. But at the same time, we want to ruin him, obviously, like you said.
Just think about what the addition of Brandon Aiyuk could do to this roster, and let's just say that you're right and Drake May starts. So it's Drake May, Ramondre Stevenson, Brandon Aiyuk, Kendrick Bourne, and then your third receiver is either Demario Douglas, Jalen Polk, Juju Smith-Schuster.
No, it's Pop. It's Pop. Pop's the third guy.
And then your tight end Hunter Henry. That's a formidable offense.
Right. So, and once again, and just like and I heard this pundit say it earlier, and I agree. If you could go win a game, do it. I don't care how it looks. Win. Find a way. Find a way to fucking win, bro. I'm sorry. I cannot. Mondays would not be enjoyable doing our Monday night wrap ups if we're 3-14. Like
I disagree.
I don't want to hear Bobby and DK laugh at us all year. Because that's what the power rankings became.
Bobby's not going to
the power rankings became, all these teams are doing great, and it's just like all the way at 31. It's the Patriots. I don't want to be in that category anymore. Like, what's that Patti LaBelle song? Like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in that category. So please, just find a way to be respectable. Like, once again, I don't expect you to get to the divisional round or AFC Championship game, but that's a pipe dream if I ever, someone. But just be respectable, because they almost blew it last year, because they were too good at the end. They were too good at the end of the year, beating Denver, beat some other teams. I was like, what's going on? Mike's like, come on, you don't believe this. I'm like, yes, I want them to keep losing. You have to lose. You have to keep losing. But now, once again, we got potentially the quarterback. I need to see more victories, please. Like, my mental health. I need to see more victories on Sunday, Monday, or Thursday. Like, please. So just had to put that out there. So, but another picture guy I want to talk about before we get into some teams that may not perform as well during the 2024 season. We talked about June, but Gonzo also comes back. He also missed a majority of the season after he got hurt in that Dallas game as well. So, Mike, I'll start with you. Just what are your expectations for him going into year two, and how does he change the outlook for that defense?
Yeah, I mean, I think Gonzo is going to be a top 15 cornerback in the league. That's just based on what we saw last year. Very briefly, I think he plays great man to man. He has great instincts, and he goes right after the ball. My fear is that if you lose a guy like Judon and you don't have another, and your pass rush isn't good, now we're going to be talking about like an 09 team when you had one good corner, or even like the 2011 team. Sorry, like with the 2012, Aqib Talib, you trade for him in the middle of the season, and you have one good corner. You can't get a pass rush, and he still looks average, right? I think a lot of it's going to be determined on how the front seven plays. I know that it was a top 10 defense last year. Statistically, it just didn't feel like it, but maybe that's because the games got away from them too quickly, and not in the sense that they were letting up a lot of points, but the offense was anemic. Like, you knew the defense knew that. Yeah, the defense knew that if they to your point exactly, the first 1 to 10 wins, and
that's so.
You can't
that's so wild.
You can't be expected to hold your team or to hold your opponent to under 10 points every single week, and I think Gonzo is going to be good. I have no worries really, like, gun to my head, no worries really on the defense. It's all about the left tackle, bro. That's it. That's all I care about.
Thanks. So, Bobby, thoughts on Gonzo?
I mean, he had a great rookie year. I'm not as versed in him as you guys are, so I'll just echo what Mike said and say I think he's going to have a great second year.
Yeah.
I hope so.
I mean, we need him. I mean, honestly, there's another guy on the market who played for both of our favorite teams, and he just said a few moments ago, well, not today, but it might have been yesterday. He said, there's not 64 corners better than me, and I'm talking about Stephon Gilmore. Would you welcome him back here in New England as like a? And once again, if Malcolm Butler came back, why can't Gilmore should be able to come back too? Because he's better than Butler.
But I think his resume obviously is way better than Malcolm Butler. He's got better size, but the thing is, we saw him get exposed last year in that Green Bay playoff game, right? I mean, that image where Love dropped back and just threw a ball 80 feet in the air, and they literally had to unzoom the camera to show how far away Gilmore was from Watson. So I think it could be a situation where, if he wants to get like $3-4 million, come, and you can be you can be a specialty corner or just a veteran in a locker room. But I don't think we don't really need another corner. And if you do, you need a fast corner.
Oh, would you put him in a McCourty role? Put him at safety?
No. What you saw, like, again, that exact play highlight the fact that he cannot play center field.
I don't know. But I agree with him. Like, there's not 64 corners better than him. I'm sorry, there's not.
No, but there are probably 55.
Sure. So that means that somebody, you know what? I feel like someone like Vegas will pick him up, right? Vegas will pick him up, or
Sure.
Maybe even in our division, I feel like maybe Miami says, "Hey, come
or the Eagles
here." So, right.
The Eagles get everyone. I was just looking at their offseason.
It's wild. It's wild.
Eagles get everyone.
Yeah, year in the year out, they just look to get whatever free agent they can get, and it's just like salary cap does not matter to Jeffrey Lurie. Like, and I love that.
There's a lot of shakeup this year. It's like Josh Jacobs is on the Packers now. Derrick Henry plays for the Ravens.
And hey, you get Zeke back, bro.
Yeah, Zeke. Yeah, Pollard's out. Zeke just Zeke now. Just Zeke. That's it.
That'll be good.
Oh, because Pollard went to Tennessee, right? That's where he went.
Sure did.
Damn.
They
gave him a lot of money, so
they did. Yeah, I don't blame him. I would go there too. I like Henry to
Joe Mixon.
Where do you go? To Houston. Okay,
Houston,
that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, so I mean, like I said, there has been, like I said, Saquon went to Philly. I love that video. He's like, I'm gonna feel really bad if Saquon goes to Philly. Well, you should have signed him. Yeah. Like, I don't get, like, if you want to keep a player, do what you can to sign him. But I don't understand.
Have either of you watched that offseason Hard Knocks?
Not yet. I heard it was wild though. I haven't watched it.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna have that now. Like the NFL again, smart. They're gonna have an offseason Hard Knocks, a preseason Hard Knocks or training camp Hard Knocks, and then an in-season Hard Knocks. So it's just gonna be fucking year round. And the fact that those idiots let the cameras roll when they called Saquon to say, we're going to let you test the market. And then if you get an offer, come back to us. As long as you can give me your word, can you do that? I would have said, fuck you. If you ever let me test the market, fuck you. What are you doing?
Yeah. I don't know.
What did he get? 4 years, right?
Yeah, 4 years. I forget how much he got guaranteed.
I think was it 4 years? Was it 30 million or was it 36 million? And it was
but it's just like you can't. Once again, he had been your offense. Once again, I know they want Jalen Hyatt to be a guy.
They're gonna struggle. The Giants are gonna be rough.
It's just like you can't. Once again, you take away one of the main weapons. And I get it. He wasn't always as healthy as he could have been there in New York. So maybe more of a platoon system helps him in Philadelphia. Who knows? But it's just like, once again, when somebody was, I don't know, I'm big on that. Like when someone was the guy in your city, and you let them walk away for peanuts. Like I have an issue with that. Which is why I'm always for players just going to get the bag and say, all right, well, I'm out of here. Because it's just like, if you're not going to show me the investment or give me the investment that I rightfully deserve, what are we doing?
Yeah, but one of the big things that the Giants needed, right? I guess it's just kind of segues us into the offseason, is that you don't pay Daniel Jones $100 million to hand the ball off to Saquon 200 times a year. That's not why you paid.
Yeah, but it's fucking
Daniel Jones. You got to build a team around him. You can't just say, "Here you go."
But hold on, they got. I'm not saying that this is comparable, but they do. Devin Singletary is a good back that can catch that out of the backfield. Tyrone Tracy, good back, can catch that out of the backfield, and they got Malik Neighbors. Like everyone forgets about them. Like they're all.
So I like that. That was an excellent pick.
No, Neighbors is dope.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
but
so him and Hyatt,
Saquon, bro. It's fucking Saquon. Come on.
Yeah, but I again, you're never gonna win a championship if your best player is running back.
Oh, here we go. Okay, it's not. I knew we wouldn't get through without talking. It's not about. Obviously, it is about getting to the championship, but I'm saying, like, you need the requisite pieces. So having a good one is better than not having a decent one at all. And once again, we've seen McCaffrey get paid. We now seen Henry get paid. We see some other guys getting paid. And we will get back to a time where the running back position is respected. Once again, we grew up in a great era of, from Sanders to Emmitt Smith. Obviously, in our era, Adrian Peterson. Like, we've seen guys that dominate at that position. Once again, they had a really good line as well. So that helps. But it's just like, I don't know, man. To me, the more pieces you can have around you, the better.
But think about it, right? Like they had Saquon, but they didn't have a left or a right guard, and they couldn't get everyone. So they let go of Saquon. They got a left and a right guard, and then got a stud wide receiver.
No. Yeah.
For Daniel Jones. For Daniel
Jones. For Daniel Jones. Once again, it's just like I just once again when your career highlight is you running away,
is falling
on your face. Once again, microcosm of what his career has been, right?
I think it's a segue into the worst teams because I think the Giants are number one on my list for
worst teams. You don't mean you're just biased, and the Cowboys are
the Giants are going to be terrible.
The Cowboys are going to be closer. The Cowboys will be closer to the Giants than they were last year. That's for sure.
No. The Giants are going to be really bad this year.
But before we segue into this, here's what the Cowboys have done in the offseason just to catch you up.
They didn't do anything.
Key additions: Ezekiel Elliott, Tyler Guyton, Cooper Beebe, and Marshawn Nealand. That's it.
Oh my.
That's it.
But
hold on. Compare that to the Giants, which you just shit all over. They got a backup for Daniel Jones, Drew Lock, Devin Singletary, like I said, Tyrone Tracy, Malik Davis, John Runnan, Jermaine Ellamore, Theo Johnson, Brian Burns, Jordan Phillips, Drew Phillips.
Brian Burns is sick.
Yeah, they
wait, hold on, talking about they drafted Theo Johnson, the tight end. Wow. I didn't see that.
Do they still have Darren Waller too?
Okay, so wait, hold on. Sorry, let's go back. So he's going to be the best tight end in this draft. I'm telling you that right now.
Bowers? No, he's not going to be better than Brock Bowers.
Theo Johnson, I'm telling you. Like I think Brock Bowers is going to be good, but I don't know. I got Theo Johnson. That I've seen him. I wanted him to draft. Yeah, Bowers is a problem, but Theo Johnson, I think when it's all said and done, we're gonna look in a few years and we're gonna say he was the best tight end in his draft. And if he's not the best, he's gonna be right behind Brock Bowers.
Cowboys are gonna be.
I didn't know that. I know they got him.
Talking about.
Huh?
Cowboys are gonna be throwing the ball all over the place, Mike. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I mean,
well, they don't have an offensive line to protect Dak anymore, so.
Well, that, but also too, you got to pay CD as well. You got to pay him eventually. You got to pay him. You got to pay Diggs. You got to pay Parsons.
You got to pay everyone.
You know, I also speaking of your team, I don't love the fact that the safety is taking shots at your best player. Talk about always more worried about the podcast or on the field. I'm like, he produces every week on the field. Like he shows up every week. So I don't care if he did 7 podcasts in a week. Michael Parsons is a fucking problem. Like you let that guy do whatever he wants to do off the field. Are you kidding me? Like he delivers every week. So I'm just like, what are you talking about? I had a real issue with that. But
the Cowboys are in a weird position though because they didn't really get older, but they got into cap trouble. They didn't spend in the offseason, and they're still in cap trouble.
Yeah, the Cowboys are. It's because they drafted all these players. They lucked out in the drafts, and now they overpaid Zeke and overpaid Dak,
and might not overpay CD.
Yeah, I mean, but so Bobby, before we fully segue into the bad teams, like who do you pay at the 3 then? So CD, well, Dak is looking for another deal. So CD, Dak, Diggs. Oh, sorry, the 4. So CD, Dak, Diggs, and Parsons. Like, are you paying 2 out the 4? Are you paying all 4? Like, who are you? I don't think you can pay all 4. So who are you picking out the 4?
If we have the money to pay all 4, I would pay. I mean, it depends what you want with that Dak future. You know what I mean?
No, it depends on what you want with your Dallas Cowboy future, Bobby. Do you want to keep going 12-5 and not winning a playoff game, or you say, fuck you, Dak, I'm going to draft Shedeur Sanders next year, and he's going to be able to throw to CeeDee Lamb. We're going to be able to sign Micah Parsons.
See,
we're going to be able to keep.
That. I like that better. So everyone except Dak.
I would love that. I would tune in every week to see Shedeur. That would be dope. That would be awesome. I would be on every Power Ranking show with you. if you guys get Shedeur Sanders next year,
Sanders with the star in his helmet,
that would be must see TV every week. Could everybody, Bobby every week would be like, look at the launch. It's Shedeur time, baby.
Right.
Every week. So, but no, keep going. I would love that though.
It's everybody. Yeah, I think out of those 4, you can afford to pay the other 3 top 10 money at their positions as long as you don't pay Dak. So don't pay Dak.
So see you later, Dak. Let's
he hasn't earned it.
Quarterback. Yep.
So, it's so.
It's so easy to say though, and have to start over at quarterback.
But no, this is the thing though. Sorry, Ray, but
go ahead.
The Cowboys, we can say a lot, and I do negative about the Cowboys. They know how to draft quarterbacks.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah,
they have for the last 18 years. Romo, Dak. I mean, even his backups look good when Dak's out. So like, I'm not worried about that their ability to do that.
Yeah.
Right. So
the issue is because I know you were saying he hasn't earned it. Remember. Excuse me, if I can talk for a second. It's about what the market demands. Someone's going to pay north of 55, to 60 million for him.
Yeah. Absolutely. Let it be the Raiders.
Some team next year is going to be very, very desperate to get a quarterback because they say they're going to say we're a Dak Prescott away from, making the playoffs regularly. So once again, he can get there. We've seen that he can get to the playoffs, which is what some franchises only want. They don't really care about the Super Bowl or the NFC Championship game. They just want to go, 11-6, 12-5, 13-4. Raise the concession stand, do all that, and then just say, all right, hey, we had a really good season. Things are looking up. I could see a team like the Saints next year saying,
let them, yeah.
Well, here you go, Dak.
That's fine.
Come be up there. Come replace. Come be our new Drew. I think he would be.
If Dallas was smart, they would try because this doesn't happen a lot in the NFL. Because New Orleans is projected to have like one of the bottom 4 records in the league this year. I would do a sign and trade with New Orleans for their number 1 pick for Dak. And you can still. I don't know if Shador's going to go in the first round. You can probably get him in the second round next year, depending on how he happens to go this year. And now you're going to have 2 first round picks.
You top pick. Probably.
No, it's not LeBron, dude. Like you can't nepotize your way into the first round or into a draft in the NFL, right?
I mean, if he plays well enough this season, like if he does what they did the first 5 games last year, you can rest assured he's going to be in the top 15 next year. That's without question. See, I don't know 3 or 4 quarterbacks that's coming out next year that is better than him. So like I said, we'll see. But I don't know. I just think to me, I can see the Saints paying him. I can see push come. So say if things didn't work out in Minnesota with JJ McCarthy, right? And they say after a year he's not really the guy, and they give the money, they give money to Dak in Minnesota. Him and Justin Jefferson would be a really good combo. I think
Minnesota is the perfect place for him. You're so right.
Yeah. It doesn't work with JJ.
See him in the jersey and everything.
Yeah, he'd just be going from throwing to one top 5 receiver to another, and Dak will win 12 or 10 to 12 regular season games.
And he'd be throwing to Hawkinson. So
right,
because I mean Hawkinson's, he's top 3 tight end in the game.
What a rabbit hole.
Say again.
What a rabbit hole we just went down.
That's fine. This is what we do. This is fine. But yeah, I just think that I think that would be dope. But like I said, if I'm him, I'm not taking a discount from Jerry. I'm not. Either you pay me what the market demands, or I'm gonna test the market, and there's gonna be at least 8 to 10 teams that say, "Hey, come on down to our city. You could be the guy, or we give you the keys to the city." So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But like I said, it's always a lot of intrigue in the offseason. I doubt that he gets traded during the season because I can't see Jerry doing something like that. But either way, I think he's done in Dallas after this year. Like regardless, I don't think that he makes it past the season. But I think that we can officially get into who we think are going to be the worst seed. So we did mention the Giants. Mike, any teams on your radar that you think are going to be bottom feeders? Going into
I think the worst team in the league is the team that we're fans of, New England Patriots. Vegas odds have them.
You think they're going to be worse?
Yeah, I think because they had so much to do in an offseason that they could never have actually accomplished all of it at once. I think Vegas has them now at over under at 4.5 wins. I'd probably take the under. But I do think that if we go 4-13 again, it's going to look better than it did last year. It will at least look different. Like these are going to be, I think, we took some flyers out there on at receiver in the draft. I do like Drake May. I like Joe Milton. I think that's really interesting because I think now you may have a shot to have a good backup quarterback down the road.
Mhm.
I hate the KJ Osborne deal, but I love.
It's 1 year though. It's 1 year. It's not like you can't sign for 3 or 4.
No,
he's such a Patriots free agent wide receiver acquisition.
Yeah, like that's
for sure,
a bill.
for sure,
That's a
for
bill
sure.
move. That's a bill.
He's the same. He's the same guy that you guys have signed 3-4 times now.
Right.
Yep.
I think everyone thought that this offseason that they were because Mayo said that they were going to go back up the Brinks truck. They did a lot of they re-signed a lot of their veterans, and they actually did well by them, which is not a Bill thing to do. But their draft and their offseason was all offense, very little defense. It was Antonio Gibson, KJ Osborne, Jalen Pope, Javon Baker, and then the one thing though is that they still don't have a fucking left tackle. They picked up 3 of them, but we have no idea if they're actually going to play. So, and I think that the AFC East now is probably the second toughest division in football as long as Rodgers stays healthy. I think the Bills, I think they're gonna fall off, but I think Miami, the Jets, and the Bills are all going to win probably 10 plus games.
So, as much as I said that the division, and me and Craig talked about this when it happened, but we said that Josh Allen was going to run the East once Brady left, and he has. I'm almost positive he's going to take a step back this season. I just do.
Yeah.
When you lose that caliber of receiver, regardless of what their rapport was, you're not going to be better initially. Anyways, once again, he might be better the following season, but this particular year, we're not going to see him. It's not going to be like how when Mahomes on Cyber Hill, he didn't miss a beat.
That's not going to be the case with Josh Allen, though.
Yeah, no way. Yeah, that's not going to be Josh Allen.
Well,
so
they did last year. They did every year.
So,
that's true. They did.
But I mean, they lost Stephon Diggs, but they did draft Keon Coleman, who I wanted. You and I.
I love his personality. I think that I hope that he becomes really good because I think that you need more personalities like that to be shown in the league. So I hope that he kills it. But once again, it's hard to put that on a rookie. And once again, I hope that he's closer to Stephon Diggs than Kelvin Benjamin, who also went to his alma mater, FSU.
Yep.
So we hope that's not the case. But I don't think that the AFC East is as wild as it was coming into last year. Like I felt more like
I think 3 teams.
I don't trust that Aaron Rodgers going to stay up. He's not going to make it through the year again. I doubt it. But
one of the things that like the narrative surrounding the Bills last year was that he only had Stephon Diggs to throw to, and then maybe Gabe Davis, right? So they went from Stephon Diggs, so now they have Keon Coleman, Curtis Samuel, Matt Collins, Chase Claypool, and Marquez Valdez-Scantling. You can't say that they don't have bodies now.
That's but listen, MBS he's no.
He's a shell. Yeah.
Chase Claypool is you with dreads, Mike. And let me see. Who's the other person? You said Mac. You said Mac Holland. Whatever.
Mac Collins.
Yeah, that might as well be Mac 10 from the West Coast, West Side Connection. Like, let's come on. Like that's like I'm not. You're not going to sell me that on paper. That's a better core than what they just had. Once again, because where did Gabe Davis get signed to? Did he went to Jacksonville?
Yeah.
He went to Jacksonville. So it's like Gabe Davis was the one making all them big catches for them in the postseason.
Yeah,
he was the one that Kansas City could not stop. Once again, not an opinion. That's a fact. We all saw the games. So it's just like, once again, I don't know. Like, I don't see him slinging it all over the yard like that. I mean, once again, they're going to have to because the running game has still been subpar, his whole tenure there. But I don't know. To me, there's a lot of things that have to go right for all 3 of those teams in order for them to be successful. Like, once again, the Jets are going to be the Jets. I don't trust it. Once again, to put that much stock in a guy that's about to be 41 at the end of the season, I'm sorry. Like, and once again, they put so much on, Aaron Rodgers saying like, what he's going to bring. And it's just like, bro, like if he sprains a shoulder in week 5 or he sprains an ankle in, week 7, like you're right back in the same position you were this year, and you don't really.
Well, except that their backup now is Tyrod Taylor. They got Mike Williams. Did they sign Hollywood Brown? No, he's the Chiefs. So they got Mike Williams. They got their 3rd-year wide receiver stud, and they built up their offensive line. I mean,
my response to that,
if Aaron Rodgers is going to be healthy, they're a 10-win team. Come on, bro.
Yeah,
it's Aaron Rodgers.
Sure, but I'm saying I'm not banking on. That's what I'm saying. I think that it's going. Once again, this is who has always been like the only decent team they've had is like when they had a 39-year-old Brett Favre, and they went 11 or they went 10-6 or 11-5, and then
they went 8 that year.
9-7.
The Jets
9-7
when Favre was.
They started out.
Miami won the division that year. My bad. Right, but I'm saying, but that's the last time you were like, okay, they went 9-7 with Fitzpatrick. Like, I don't know. To me, they are very much. And sorry to use this example, but this is what Stephen A. always jokes about. But I'm like, they are the Dallas of our division. What can go wrong for the Jets will. I don't until you got to show me until I see.
I'm trying to.
Something changed for them. I love Garrett Wilson. I think Garrett Wilson is a stud. He's excellent. Like you said, Mike Williams, when healthy, is really good. Once again, but too many things have to go right. And thankfully, nothing is won in June and July.
Well,
have to actually play between the lines. So
just remember, they went 7-10 with Zach Wilson last year, and now their backup is Tyrod Taylor, who I would say is a more competent NFL quarterback than Zach Wilson.
Sure.
And I would say that he's 3 wins better per year than Zach Wilson. So I think 10 wins is probable for sure.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't trust them until I see it. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I think for me, unfortunately, I have to agree with you, Mike, about our Patriots. I think we are going to be the worst team, or at least 30 or 31. Like, it's not like we're going to be much higher. Once again, so many things we have to go right. Like we would have to be like a 2024 Red Sox right now for it to be like some things to go right for us. Because once again, we had low expectations for them. We see what's going on there. So who knows? Maybe we get surprised. I don't know. But just to prepare my heart, I know when we talk to Karen. When we talk with some other people from the Patriots, like I just know that it's not going to be happy days. It's going to be awful. So yeah, we should be the worst team in the league, and then hopefully we get a top 5 tackle next year because we need one badly.
I give you why don't I just do this? I'll just give you my top 10 worst teams, and you can all just tell me to fuck off. Number 1, it's the Patriots, as in the worst. Number 2, Denver Broncos. Number 3, Carolina Panthers. Number 4, New York Giants. Number 5, Tennessee Titans. Number 6, Las Vegas Raiders. Number 7, Arizona Cardinals. Number 8, Washington Commanders. Number 9, the New Orleans Saints. And number 10, the Seattle Seahawks.
You know what? That's pretty accurate, honestly. I think that's pretty accurate. I think maybe and this is just like on pride alone, like you're not telling me we can't be better than Carolina. Like, come on. Like, come on. Like Carolina, we can switch us for Carolina. I just thought about that. I'm sorry. Forget what I just said. Put Carolina's 1, Denver's 2, New England 3. Like, come on.
Denver's going to be rough.
Stop it. Say it again.
Denver's going to be rough. They're in full rebuild.
Yeah, we're better than Carolina and Denver, Mike. Come on. Yeah, I just come on. I just thought about that. Wait a minute. Yeah, like,
Denver's starting Bo Nix, right?
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, come on. Yeah, no way.
They loaded up in their Sean Payton way in the offseason so far. I think another year without, and I do think that they fucked Russell Wilson last year for sure. But I think Bo Nix, they got Josh Reynolds, Troy Franklin. They actually built up their defense. That's why it's hard for me. I would take I would take Sean Payton coaching over Jarren right now. It's not a knock on Mayo. It's just I just don't know.
No, that's unfortunately right now that's stating the obvious because he has more experience. But Sean Payton ain't been done to write home about in recent memory. Once again, they gave him 70 points. Like they gave him 70. I'm sorry. There's no way. I'm not. Yeah, I just thought about that. Like I was a little too hard on him. There's no way. Like, I don't care. I don't care if it was Ron Meyer. I don't care if it was Bill Bell. We're not giving up 70 points. So a team, it's not fucking happening. So like once again, you got to show me. You got to show me. And like I said, Denver once again on paper, the signings look good. Of course, once again, everybody looks great. Everyone's a winner in July. Everyone's a winner. But I wouldn't be surprised they went 5-12. Not at all. Not at all. And
Commanders too. Commanders might be rough.
Yeah, I think I could. That's the one team, Bobby, but go ahead that I think I could be most wrong about.
But they could be good too because what's that guy's name?
Right.
What's the rookie quarterback?
Jaden Daniels, the one that I wanted here.
Yeah, Jaden.
Yeah, I mean that team. They did a complete overhaul, right? I think they get Jaden Daniels, they get Austin Eckler, they get Zach Ertz, and they Bobby Wagner, Brandon Coleman on defense. I mean, they built up everything that they traded away. And if Jaden is anything, I think he's going to beat Marcus Mariota out for the starting job like tomorrow. Well, yeah. Unless Mariota just quits like he usually does. But that's going to be and I like Dan Quinn. You should
also too. He had Jaden Daniels actually played with Aiyuk at Arizona State. So
I know. That's why he wants to go there.
Right, but I promise if we get a fucking notification that he's been traded to Washington, I'm gonna fucking lose it. And it's only because he didn't come here. It's not because anything else. It's just like another person that you fucking missed out on because you didn't want to part ways with something. And Washington, something like cash considerations is the reason why they didn't really some bullshit like that. But honestly, IU to Washington probably would make more sense than him coming here, fit wise. But man, I don't know. I think they can be sneaky. Tennessee only because they're in the South. That there's always one team in that division that pops up that shouldn't be good. Like so, I wouldn't be surprised if they squeaked out 7 or 8 wins. That's just how it usually goes in that division. I don't trust Jacksonville. Once again, Anthony Richardson, my Gator. I hope that he's healthy this year because I think that he has real talent.
It could be something. Yeah.
Something, but it's just to me they have a long way to go. But like I say, Tennessee could make some noise eventually.
Yeah, but honestly, like we all know that it feels like a broken record at this point. That's now Houston's division. Like the AFC stuff.
Every year it's a different team. Every year it's a different team that we say.
Not anymore though. I mean, you get Joe Mixon, Stephon Diggs. You get your right tackle and Blake Fisher. You build up your defense, and you still get Tank Dell coming back. Nico Collins coming back. That offense is going to be fucking scary.
You forgot one guy. How can you? You had the slam dunk.
Well, CJ Stroud.
No. The wide receiver, John Mechie, aka Mr. He'll play.
He'll play.
He comes back. You had the slam dunk.
Is he back?
Yeah, he's back. Yeah, he'll play. Like that's a slam dunk. So, which I'm also pissed that we fucking draft him. I think he's gonna be really good. So it's just like, oh my god. But yeah, no. I mean, listen, no. Houston definitely is the cream of the crop in the South. I love what Stroud did. Once again, they're gonna have more of a target because they were this good. They're not gonna stick up and like no one's gonna be surprised with them anymore. So they're gonna get teams' best shot. So they better be ready. But like I said, Stroud, he had a phenomenal rookie year. And I think that once again, but he's definitely the guy. Like that's not a.
Yeah, and he just needed more power around him. So what did they do? They went out and they got a Joe Mixon and Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs, yeah, no big deal.
But that's what I'm saying. He's going into year 2, right? He's going into year 2. They invested him by getting a big time receiver.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
the motto.
That's what you gotta do. I've been saying that for years, dude. Been saying that shit for years.
You gotta get that guy. So whether it's through the draft, whether it's through a trade. So once again, it ties back to what we just talked about. Maybe whether you let him sit this year, I mean in May, but it's like you got to get the guy for him that he can grow with.
If you don't,
he's on his rookie deal. That's the key.
You're not fucking doing it right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
you got to pull the trigger at some point, man. So once again, somebody's going to be available next year that wasn't available this year. So maybe they played a long game, but it's like once again, this is not
playing the long game for a long fucking time.
Exactly. But it's just like this is no longer a desirable place to come to. So it's just like you got to give up something that you didn't want to give up before. So I don't know, but you got to figure it out. But once again, these other teams are investing in their young quarterbacks right away. We got to figure out to do the same. So once again, I like what LA Wolf did this offseason, but it's like, bro, you gotta find a way. You gotta find a way. And once again, hopefully Polk, I know Keyshawn Butte just got those charges dropped, so maybe his head is clear. Maybe he comes into camp fresh, ready to go. Like,
wasn't it like 72 counts that they got dropped?
Wild, right? Yeah, wild. Hey, got dropped.
He was betting on games and shit, right?
He would sign in. It was alleged he was alleged to have created a fake alias to bet on games in which he played in, and he wasn't always betting on his team to win.
It's not.
Yeah. Wow, it's just like wow.
He's good though. He is good.
Yeah, I just think to me that's another thing. I wonder where it's going to get to if they do something different with sports betting going forward, because we're going to see more of these stories come out in the future.
Oh yeah.
No. Sports gambling's bad, dude. Unless they want to sponsor the NFL, then it's really good.
Right. No. Right. Exactly. But But yeah. Right. Exactly. Because it's all monetary. But it's like. What happened with Jonte Porter?
There's no way it's fixed. There's no way.
Well, listen, what happened with Jonte Porter, I think it's what happened with more athletes when they get them banned. Once again, it was easy to ban Jonte Porter because he doesn't affect the bottom line. Can you imagine if a LeBron James or like a Tom
Brady?
Brady,
he was betting on unders for himself and then faking injuries to get taken off the fucking court. I mean, when you see hundreds of thousands of bettors moving on Jonte Porter, you have to be like, what the fuck's going on here?
Right. Yeah, I'm saying, but once again, he also doesn't move the needle. Like if it was a LeBron James or Tom Brady, type,
they fuck that guy. Huh?
Can you imagine though? Can you imagine?
That was Tom Brady too. He
but I'm saying like
for 4 games.
I'm talking about on a betting scandal. Like, there's no way they would have banned him for life. There's one thing to suspend him for a few games, but there's no way they would have banned him for life. No way.
No
way.
I mean, Calvin Ridley got suspended longer for his off the field crime than what was the guy that was on the Panthers that threw his girlfriend on a futon full of Greg Hardy.
I thought you said rifles, but yeah.
No.
That was pretty wild too.
That's a whole different podcast.
Oh yeah, exactly right.
All right, I'm just okay. Before we really can't do this show. I know that it's we're talking about the worst teams, but I need to ask because I don't think I've talked to both of you about this since it happened. We're now 2.5 months out of the draft. Can somebody please explain to me why the Atlanta Falcons paid Kirk Cousins all that money and then drafted Michael Penix Jr.?
No, it doesn't make fucking sense to me.
They should be in the top 10 too. Take somebody out of there, put them.
No, they're too good. I mean, they're gonna win.
No, they're gonna be good. Yeah, they're gonna be Kirk Cousins.
Wait. So now, trust
Penix is supposed to be like a top 10 pick.
Yeah, Penix isn't starting, dude. Kirk, he's a backup.
So I like Penix. I think that Penix will have a decent career. But
now he's gonna be.
It was very Atlanta-like.
Kirk Cousins is like a head case, isn't he? He's gonna be all in his head.
Yeah, listen. Just find a way to get Kyle Pitts involved, and I promise they'll win more games. Once again, I'm biased.
So
Bro, I've been saying that. People are
Kyle
like,
Pitts is so
no,
good.
he's
So
not
good.
good and he's a bust. No, he's
Yeah,
not.
he's
He's
so
not
good.
going to be a
No,
bust.
this is why you can't have them in the top 10 of bad teams, because just on the roster, Kirk Cousins, as long as it's not in prime time, he's going to win. Bijan Robinson, Drake London, and Kyle Pitts. That is there's a host of other
Yeah, I
talent
know.
there too.
On paper, yes. On paper, they're offensively they should be good. It's still Atlanta.
Yeah, but if there's
And I
one
mean,
thing that Kirk Cousins knows how to do,
NFC South is bad. NFC South is the worst division in football, anyways. Though by far.
Kirk Cousins knows how to elevate it. Kirk Cousins knows how to elevate a tight end. I mean, and so Kyle Pitts is going to get exponentially
that's
better.
fair. That's fair. That's fair. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But paying him 180. Once again, I when we get signed to a deal as a show, we need to find Kirk Cousins' agent. We need to find his agent and get his all.
And then drafting a quarterback.
Like, yeah, I just, yeah. I mean, once again, maybe they just went what they thought best player available. I don't know, but it's just like, to me, why not just get another receiver there? Why not get another lineman to help protect Kirk Cousins after getting the foot injury? So I don't know. To me, there was a lot of it was a big head scratcher at that number. Yeah. It's much wild to me. They would have been better off drafting Chop Robinson from Penn State at 8, and which would have been a stretch at that moment. But I'd be like, okay, you got a defensive end there, great. You got an edge guy, cool. But yeah, they went quarterback, and like I said, it's unbelievable.
Or like Rome Odunze, the guy that went next to the Bears. I mean, then you have Drake London, Odunze, you have Bijan Robinson, and you have Kyle Pitts.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know.
Quarterback. You took a 24-year-old, 25-year-old quarterback that has torn the same ACL twice in the last 4 years.
I guess they thought that they were bond behind that. I guess I don't know, but I'm like, that's wild to me. It's wild. But don't be surprised if they're on that list at the end of the year, though, because like I said, whether it's through injury or just producing the way they need to produce. Like I said, some of that division always takes a step back that they shouldn't, and just that might be the team. But they're easily in the, like I said, I just said a few moments ago, they're in the worst division in football, and it's not close. So
yeah, because there's just no front runner there, right? I mean, it should be Tampa Bay, but
yeah,
who knows?
It should be, but I'm like, nah, I don't see
Baker.
Yeah, I mean, for them to be as close as they were, to be in the division round, and maybe that's the best thing for Baker, to be out the limelight completely, and just because, like I said, no one cares about Tampa without Brady not being there. So maybe he just continues to play well down there. Who knows?
Everyone likes Tampa. I love Tampa.
Yeah, no, nice city. I'm saying, but just like, as a team, it's just like I don't think. Once again, that's a terrible sports town. Terrible.
The Bucks.
Bucks, Rays, no one goes to their games. It's awful.
Lightning.
No, in the Lightning, they're pretty good, yeah. But it's just like, but they won back to back, so it's a little different with them. But it's just like they've had teams that have been really good down there, and I'm just like, I don't understand why the fans don't show up. And I get it, when you can go to a beach bar 20 minutes away, you're just like, all right, I'm not gonna go see a game. So it is.
Before you end this, right, can I just ask you and Bobby a question?
Yep.
Who has won the offseason?
Cowboys.
Shut up, Bobby.
It's gotta be the Eagles, right? It's gotta be the Eagles.
No, I think Houston won.
Or Houston.
I think Houston won the offseason. When you get a guy to help fast
and Mixon sneaky. Yeah. He's such a sneaky pickup.
Yep. So you get him. I think Houston won the offseason. Yeah, I'm excited to see what the preseason looks like for a lot of these teams. I'm hoping that the injury
Packers with Jacobs, I think, was sneaky.
Right. I hope the injury bar is super low across the board. Like, I want guys to be healthy as much as possible. I think we were robbed last year. We're robbed every year of somebody getting hurt that shouldn't be hurt. But I felt last year was pretty wild. So I'm hoping that
I just think
the guys are healthy for the most part.
I appreciate and respect both of your opinions, but you're wrong. It's the Chicago Bears, dude. DeAndre Swift, Keenan Allen, Rome Odunze, and that's just to their fucking offense. along with, if you believe in him, Caleb Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about a complete overhaul to a team that had a pretty good defense and just needed 1 or 2 playmakers added to offense, and they added 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
That could be a wild team. Wild.
Yeah. I mean, for DK's mental health, I hope that it is. I'm sorry. He deserves some positive vibes, so hopefully they give it to him. But listen, one thing about us, we win the offseason, we win the regular season, we win the playoffs, and we all got that championship DNA. So for Mike Marcangelo, for the real BK Bob Kelly, I'm Hollywood Rayshawn Buchanan. Until next time, we'll see you. Peace.